Jaws and Mildred Pierce. What is tyranny in the eyes of humans? When we see tyranny, we think of a leader that abuses power and has more pleasure in harming people than helping them. However, there is a chance that even though a character does not look like a dictator, their personality and the consequences of their actions symbolize how bad a dictator can be. Mildred Pierce, 1945, and Jaws, 1975, have a form of tyranny. It is built on greed and lust for power that ruined other lives. They come from Vida and Mayor Vong. Even though the shark in Jaws looks like the villainous one, he is only a sign of the consequences when a tyrant like Mayor Vong is corrupted with greed. He only cares about making money in Amity Island, because summer has arrived. But he does not care that a shark is attacking guests. His main obstacle is Chief Brody. As Frederick Jameson states in his essay, Reification and Utopia in Mass Culture, the figure of Brody now therefore introduces overtones and connotations of law and order, rather than Yankee shrewdness. This quote describes how he is depicted in the movie, and he wanted to close the beaches because of the shark, but Mayor Vong's higher power prevented him from closing them. When Alice Kidner died, the camera users created a dolly zoom that showed fear, but it was not on the mayor, but on Chief Brody. He got blamed for it even though he wanted to close the beaches. The mayor's constant actions of abusing power are what makes him a tyrant. Even when characters like Matt Hooper came to tell him that the shark is dangerous after the wrong one was cut, the mayor wanted to manipulate everyone into believing that the hunters caught the right shark. Mayor Vong was a corrupt leader. The shark symbolizes what happens when a corrupt leader makes bad decisions. Greed is a main aspect of tyranny. Mayor Vong's evil actions risk the lives of everyone on Amity Island with his manipulative ways. Vida from Mildred Pierce also has a manipulative personality. She is very greedy and ambitious about money. It caused harm to many lives, including her own mother. Her personality was already shown in the beginning when a dress was ordered for her. She did not like it, but that was when she was just a brat. When she found out that Mildred was a waitress, she shamed her for it, until later when she realized she could use her mother's wealth to her advantage. Her manipulative tactics are to trick Mildred. As Imogen Sarah Smith states in the article, Mildred Pierce, A Woman's Work, but Vida also knows when to drop this crushing disdain and play what can be described only as love scenes, flinging herself into Mildred's arms with kisses and tears and promises to change. Tyrants have had a history of manipulating their audience into thinking they will give them something that will work for their benefit. A massive trick was when Vida fakes her pregnancy to get money. Mildred is furious and wants her to leave only for Vida to come back because Mildred wanted her to. Vida took advantage of Mildred's love. She has a cold personality that led to the point where she murdered Mildred's husband despite saying she will change after the pregnancy scam. A tyrant can have this cold personality where they want to trick people without thinking out how effective they are by manipulation. Vida ruined her mother's life, and despite going to jail, Mildred still has to live with the fact that her daughter was a manipulative tyrant. Vida and Mayor Vong have a tyrannical personality. The ending of their journey was the last blow and how far they would go. Vida's promise to be a better child was a trick. When Mildred found out about the unforgivable affair between Monty, her husband, and Vida, she looked as if she was in a cage that she could not get out of. The movie was a story within a story, and Mildred wanted to take the fall for the murder even though Vida killed Monty after he rejected her. Mildred was crying silently when Vida convinced her that it is her fault that Vida is greedy and ambitious. She blamed her success. Tyrants make people feel like they have little to no power while they are in control, like how Mildred feels like she is below Vida. The same can be said for Chief Brody, thinking he has little to no power over Mayor Vong. He tried to fight the mayor a little more than Mildred did with Vida, but that still did not stop what happened to victims on the beach. The mayor stayed in power despite hearing the concerns Chief Brody and Hooper had. On the 4th of July, the final blow happened when Chief Brody's son almost got eaten by the shark and went into shock over it. His son could have drowned when he passed out. Even in Jaws 2, Mayor Vong is still in power and denies that a shark being there only for Brody's kids to almost get killed by it. Vida and Mayor Vong are corrupted tyrants. Vida manipulates people for money while Mayor Vong dismisses the town's safety for money. Vida and Mayor Vong were both greedy, and there were lives in their hands that were risked or ruined. It could be hard to see tyranny in someone that is not a tyrant, but the lust for power is dangerous in these characters and symbolizes what it is like to have a tyrant on our shoulders. We see acts of tyranny in movies, but are not fully aware of it since they could be in the form of a teenager or mayor. Their actions are what matter most. This video is for educational purposes and includes short excerpts for commentary and criticism under fair use.